What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of the 240SX build series. So in the last one you've seen, we picked up the car. I showed you guys around a little bit. So right now I'm just setting in the interior, as you can tell by the confetti seats. Haven't done much with the interior yet, so I have been diving into the car. This is a little bit of me from the future. So yeah, so we're just going to pretend this stuff isn't done yet and dive into it. So what I plan to do today is, so we're going to start on the engine bay, start taking things apart. Obviously, we don't want to just drop an engine into a dirty engine bay. It's going to look cheap. It's going to look bad. I got some slight rust to fix. This car is mostly rust-free, but it does have some areas that need attended to. So the plan is to get everything that's not going to be reused out of the engine bay, start prepping it, cleaning it, get it ready to paint. And then same thing with the fender wells. We don't want that to rust. We want it to be visible when we're working on it. That way everything's nice and clean. If we need to make any adjustments at the track or anything like that, when it gets to that point of time, it'll just be that much easier when you're not just getting caked, and it just keeps everything from being less annoying. And I don't want to start on engine yet, and then because there's not going to be much motivation. To me, the very first thing, clean engine bay, clean car, get the suspension and everything ready. That way you have a nice foundation to build off of. Then you sit there and you look at it and you're like, oh sweet, this thing's definitely worth building without a doubt, whatever. When you look at it, start diving into it and finding more and more little stuff, and you don't have a clean shell, then I personally don't ever have that motivation to really finish up the rest of the car. I'm like, well, geez, wow, I'm gonna spend $500-600 on this nice looking valve cover for this car. To where if you start building it and you're like, I don't plan on buying a $500 or $600 valve cover at the moment. Like, I do want the TF Works valve cover eventually. That's probably a hint on what engine's more than likely going in this car. Keyword more than likely. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. And I'm just gonna start with some B-roll and let's get into it. So after getting the inner fender wells prepped, I decided to go ahead and coat it with the Seymour stainless. It is very similar to Steelite, but it is a little bit more budget friendly. Here you can see the finished product. It's very bright, it's very visible. We're not going to have a hard time seeing, such as you would with undercoating or something of the sort. Yes, there is going to be some harsh lines and whatnot in it that undercoating would hide, but not a big deal. So they ended up taking the hubs off and going and getting the rotors, the old brakes, the knuckles, and etc. out of the way. So yeah, as far as these front knuckles go, I gotta go ahead and get the dust shield off this one. I already got the dust shield off the other one. So I plan on using stock knuckles, but I'm gonna go ahead and send these in as cores. So, well, stock knuckles, but modified knuckles. More than likely, I'm going to go with the Villains kit. It is a little bit cheaper than Heatmaker, and they offer it as a package to go ahead and extend your lower control arms also. So basically, I think what they will do is cut this point here, and they'll re-weld it, and it will give you a little bit more extra angle, make the car feel a little bit more snappy. I'm not exactly sure the 100% how it works, but I do know it is a very proven kit. It did have ABS. You have the rings here on the hubs. So these do have a sealed hub, or a sealed bearing unit, I should say. So I'm probably going to keep these as spares, which from the looks of it, this one here, I don't know, there's a lot of grease coming out of that. This one may have seen better days. The other one looks really good. I'll keep these for backups, just for whatever, in the case that something stupid happens and I need a replacement hub. As far as our brakes go, these are trash. They're super rusty, probably seized. Yeah, you can't squeeze that in whatso freaking ever. And the little on the smaller side, obviously it's going to get the 300ZX twin turbo brakes. You can buy them from Part Shop Max. You can probably still get new OEM Nissan ones, maybe. Or there's the company Rofu that makes them. They're already powder coated red. You can buy the whole kit with the rotors, the conversion lines, and everything. So I'm going to go that route. I'm going to get the Rofus. I do like the Part Shop Max ones a little better because they're gold. It would be even better to get the OEM ones, like black with the brushed face Nissan logo for looks, but at the end of the day, for what this car is going to be, this isn't like my ultimate show car S14 or anything. This is a seat time car. We don't want to cut corners, but we don't want to go over the top and make it to the point where I don't want to use it for its intended purpose. So that's why all this is off. The factory struts are off. Factory engine mounts are out. I got the bumper, the fenders off the car. The brake booster is out. And I had the headlights and everything out. The car was disassembled. But now it's kind of going back together because I went ahead and sprayed the engine bay. I really wish I would have took the time to go ahead and record some more of that, but I didn't. But it turned out pretty good, so let me show you guys what I have going on with the bay. Yeah, so that's what I got going on with the engine bay. Like as you can tell, I did have to put some nut certs in a few areas where bolts just broke off. They're small little 10 mils. Most of them come out. There was like 2 lower ones on the fender and then one of the headlight ones. And I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, the black in the engine bay, I want just to keep it simple, keep it clean. It's going to be easy to touch up. I kind of wish I would have went the stainless route, but I actually did my bay before I realized they did have the stainless stuff at AutoZone, and I didn't want to really spend the money on steel quite at the time, but it'll be alright. The black looks good anyways, especially once we get the engine and some accent colors in there. It's really going to let the engine setup talk, which is a win-win. So here at the back of the car, This is where it's going to be a bit of a big project. I've been working on it a little bit, as you can see, where I've been grinding it down, getting it prepped. I got to vacuum it out. The seam sealer is failing, so I'm going to go through. I'm going to get every bit of seam seal around all these corners and panels out, re-seam seal the whole thing. I'm really thinking about just going ahead and cutting out the spare tire hole and doing a flat bottom. I really need to get a straight edge or something and see if this part and this part up here is even just by looking at it. I'm not 100% sure if it is. In the case it is, where it would be easy to go ahead and flat bottom this, then I will definitely probably maybe even leave just a little bit of a lip here just to have it for some rigidity. And then just go ahead and cut like down through here, go around, and yeah, sorry for the low lighting. Cut along the factory seam seal there, you know, up around the factory seam seal, kind of, well, not all the way up to the seam seal, but like up it and then shoot across here, something of that sort. And then at the back it would be cut, you know, all this bad area would get cut out, and then I could always just stiffen this area up here. I've seen a video where Jimmy Oaks did S14, but he added in a little brace right here that just kind of like a little angle iron, and bolted it up to his flat floor, and it seemed like that worked out pretty good. If not, then back half the car. I don't really want to go that route yet, but maybe. So I did start sanding down the door. I went ahead and blocked all of that. I got to end up stripping the quarter panel, the roof. This whole thing's going to get stripped pretty much, other than maybe the hood. The hood's actually not too bad. It's off another car, but then again, it is pilling, so maybe it'll get stripped too. And then yeah, so we did the Rust-Oleum rust converter, like rubberized undercoating here, just brushed on. We have our stainless inside the fender well, the black in the engine bay. I can start untaping all this now. I taped it up to keep the silver from blowing through, since I did the engine bay before I ever did any of that stainless. So go ahead and carefully untape that. I did clean the stock reservoir up, some new bolts, put a new heat sleeving on it. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. The headlights are just kind of setting in here, as I wanted to make sure I could bolt them back up, just because one of these hoses did get a I think it's that one there. I did have to drill them out, so the bolt broke off in it. And then I did a nutsert, same thing like I did up here, and then I did one here, and then I still got to drill out, and I'm out of nutserts, and I got to put 2 down here and the bottom. And then of course we got to, you know, do something about this. But so I know it's kind of a short one, a little bit of a random one, but that's pretty much where we're at for the chassis prep side of things for the S14. I need to clean the garage out. I have stuff for my Subaru, so I'm going to be working on that pretty soon. I really need to do some things to the Civic. I'm thinking about going ahead and posting up the Civic so I can go full force into this car. Kind of sucks, but realistically I don't have the room for it unless I put this thing outside once I get a roller again. Right now the Civic is, you know, freshly painted, all clean and everything, and just sitting outside, which kind of sucks, but that's where we're at. So stay tuned, guys. Not sure what I'm going to be doing in the next one. I would like to tackle either suspension or some of the interior. Like I said, there'll probably be a few videos of the Civic and the Subaru in between to be able to get a good video out for this car. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think I should do with it, and hope you guys enjoyed. And for now, this is it. I'm out.